Hey, everybody, are you sure you know your body well? Let's check it out, shall we? Well, as you have already realized, today I have prepared for you 10 facts about the human body. Some of them may shock you. Ready? Then get comfortable and let's go. Let's start with some fact about nerve impulse. Did you know that nerve impulses to and from the brain travel as fast as 170 miles per hour? Ever wonder how you can react so fast to things around you, or why that stub toe hurts right away? It's due to the super speedy movement of nerve impulses from your brain to the rest of your body and vice versa, bringing reactions at the speed of a high-powered luxury sports car. Let's talk about an interesting fact about your skin. Our epidermis, the outermost layer of skin, comprises various cells. Beneath the epidermis lies the basal layer, also known as the stratum germinativum or germ layer, where new cells are continuously generated. These new cells push the older, dead skin cells toward the surface, leading to their removal from the epidermis. Consequently, our skin is perpetually renewing itself, a process that, according to science, takes about 28 days. Interesting fact: the point of maximum visual acuity is called the fovea. More than 50% of the sensory receptors in the human body are located in the eyes, and a significant portion of the cerebral cortex is devoted to interpreting visual information. The eyes are responsible for detecting visible light, which ranges from 400 to 700 nanometers in wavelength. Objects can absorb and reflect different wavelengths of light, which in turn are detected by the eye. The color of an object is actually a manifestation of the wavelength that is reflected and not that which is absorbed. For example, an object appears white if it reflects all wavelengths of light, and it appears black if it absorbs all wavelengths of light. The fovea centralis, or fovea, is a small depression within the neurosensory retina where visual acuity is the highest. The fovea itself is the central portion of the macula, which is responsible for central vision. Let's move on to some shocking facts. Write in the comments how many steps a day you take. The average human walks about 70,000 miles in a lifetime. The average adult will walk almost 75,000 miles over their lifetime, the equivalent of traveling around the world 3 times. A study of 2,000 adults found they each typically stroll 6,839 steps a day, amounting to 2,496,235 a year. This is approximately 1,182 miles each year, or 74,462 miles over the average lifetime. It also emerged that as well as simply walking to get from A to B, those steps will also include 2 leisurely strolls and another 2 walks for exercise each week. Did you know? The small intestine is about 1 inch in diameter but about 22 feet long. The small intestine is part of your digestive system. It makes up part of the long pathway that food takes through your body, called the gastrointestinal tract. When food leaves your stomach, it enters the small intestine, also called the small bowel. The small bowel connects to the large bowel, also called the large intestine or colon. The intestines are responsible for breaking food down, absorbing its nutrients and solidifying the waste. The small intestine is the longest part of the GI tract, and it is where most of your digestion takes place. The small intestine is where most of the long process of digestion takes place. It systematically breaks food down, absorbs nutrients, extracts water, moves food along the gastrointestinal tract. There's a lot involved in all this. The process can take up to 5 hours. Guess what, guys? We're halfway there. You're doing great. Let me give you a little hint. There are some shocking facts about your body ahead. The human body contains about 60,000 miles of blood vessels. A 4-week-old human embryo already has miles of blood vessels. By adulthood, we each have 60,000 miles of blood vessels inside our bodies. That's more than twice the distance around the world. Those vessels keep blood flowing, supplying your tissues with oxygen and nutrients, and keeping your organs, including the heart, healthy. The vessels are constructed all around the body, then joined together to make the whole circulatory system. This activity is much slower in adulthood, but we never lose the ability to grow new blood vessels. It's time to talk about bacteria. There are more bacteria in the human mouth than there are people in the world. There are about 6 billion bacteria in a human's mouth. Yes, bacteria are lurking in your mouth, and it has almost the same number as the total human population on Earth. Aside from mouth parts, the oral microbiome contains good and bad bacteria too. Some contribute to the maintenance of your mouth's cleanliness, while some cause and create havoc in your oral cavity. What contributes to tooth decay, tooth erosion, and gum inflammation are pathogenic bacteria. One of these bad bacteria is Streptococcus mutans. They are acid-producing microorganisms that feed on sugar found in sodas, cookies, and sweet treats we eat. The acid they produce is capable of destroying your tooth's outer barrier, and cause tooth decay, gingivitis, and halitosis. They can also create a sticky substance that can turn into plaque. Through the use of antibacterial mouthwash, these bacteria can be eliminated. Shocking facts time. The human body produces about 25 million new cells each second. To put this into perspective, in just 15 seconds, an individual generates more cells than the entire population of the United States. Most of those are blood cells, followed by cells in your gut. Less than 2% of your cell turnover is everything else. Confirming these numbers could help scientists better understand how the human body functions and the role cell turnover plays in both health and disease. It's a common myth that your body completely regenerates all its cells every 7 years. The reality is a lot more complicated. Some cells live just a few days, while others, such as neurons in the cerebellum and lipids in the lenses of your eyes, are limited only by the lifespan of the host, you. So humans are very far from a ship of Theseus situation. One more fact about cells. The adult human body is made up of about 37 trillion cells. These cells all work in harmony to carry out all the basic functions necessary for humans to survive. But it's not just human cells inside your body. Scientists estimate that the number of bacterial cells in the human body likely exceeds the number of human cells. There are about 200 different types of cells in the body. Here are just a few examples. Red blood cells, erythrocytes, skin cells, neurons, nerve cells, fat cells. Humans are multicellular, complex organisms. The cells inside our bodies are specialized. This means that each type of cell performs a unique and special function. For this reason, each of the 200 different types of cells in the body has a different structure, size, shape, and function, and contains different organelles. For example, cells in the brain may be longer in shape so they can transmit signals more efficiently. Cells of the heart have more mitochondria because they need a lot of energy. Cells in the respiratory system are responsible for taking up oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. All the cells work together to keep the human body running efficiently. Let's end with some fun fact. The human body has enough iron to make a spike that would be 3 inches long. Well, a healthy body anyway. Some of us probably don't get enough iron. Humans require iron for many essential bodily functions. Iron is an essential mineral that helps transport oxygen throughout the body and is found in many foods such as red meat, poultry, fish, and beans. It is also found in food additives and dietary supplements, and is added to infant formula as well. It's important to note that iron deficiency is a common problem and can lead to anemia, fatigue, and impaired cognitive functioning. The World Health Organization recommends that people consume 10 to 20 milligrams of iron per day to maintain optimal health. The average male body contains approximately 4.5 grams of iron, while the average female body contains approximately 3.5 grams. This means that the total amount of iron found in the human body is enough to make a 3-inch nail. Note: nails generally weigh between 2 to 3 grams. That's all for today. Subscribe to the channel, so you will not miss the next video. See you soon.